Hello again everybody, back with another video. This one called the code of the Omicron strain, and this time without a croaky voice, but YouTube didn't like the croaky voice from the cold I had, so they deleted the video. And that was the last one I posted on Matrix Breakout 8, and of course the appeal didn't work and the video's gone, but I'm not disappointed there. I expected that, of course. So let's get on with this video anyway. So, classification of Omicron. This is from the World Health Organization website, and they had a tag VE meeting on the 26th of November where they decided to call it a variant of concern, and of course 26 is 26 plus 11 for 37 for 3 sevens for 777, and also 37 times 18 of course is 666. So there's a little bit of code, and they trace this back to a specimen collected on the 9th of November, so there's a 911, which I believe is a good indicator of an important code of 66, because if you reverse this round 180 degrees, multiply by 11, you get a 66. So a little bit of code to start with, but bear in mind this date here, when it was first kind of announced as a variant of concern, and let's have a look at what day that was. So here it is. This is a little bit off the WHO website. So on the 26th of November, who designated the variant a variant of concern and named it Omicron. So here we are, look, this is today's date, here we are on November the 26th, and we've of course got day 330, so there's our 33 for Masonry. And Omicron in Pythagorean numerology, or English full reduction, is 42. 42 is a very, very popular number because it is 7 times 7 for 49 minus 7 for 42, and 6 by 6 for 36 plus 6 for 42. So the main code number that incorporates two massive codes, 777 and 666. And the Omicron variant is 73 in Pythagorean for 3 sevens for 777. And SARS-CoV-2 Omicron is 56 in Chaldean numerology for 7 times 7, 49 plus 7 for 56. So plenty of code. And I did make a little bit of a video on Matrix Breakout 7, so take a look and go over to that channel and subscribe, please. I'm on one strike on MB8. It could be 2, it could be gone in no time. But most people have talked about this, that it's moronic as an anagram, and that's probably just how they see the people that believe in all this. I've just been in my local Aldi store, I would say 200 people in there. There was 2 people not wearing a mask. That was myself and another lady that was in there. And they look absolutely comfortable back in their masks. I think they've missed them. So anyway, that's a bit of a digression, but just bugged me a little bit. I just thought that people might have started to see through the crap and decided not to follow. You can all cram yourself into a pub, don't need masks there, but supermarkets you're expected to have them. So I don't mess about with the I'm exempt, because if you tell people you're exempt, you're just kind of accepting the crap. I just say I can't wear a mask, which is true. So, and they kind of look at you with sympathy then. But yeah, Omicron has a value of 70 in Greek numerals, and in the Phoenician language it actually meant eye, and of course the all-seeing eye with the Masonic symbol and the pyramid around it. So here you can see booster shots could come early for Australians, a super mutant COVID variant Omicron. So it's a super mutant. This is just to get that kind of, looking at it as a, I don't know, some comic kind of evil character. That's the mentality that they think the people that read all this shit have, and I'm not going to argue with that. But super mutant is that number again in Pythagorean numerology or full reduction English, which is for 7 times 7 minus 7 and 6 times 6 plus 6. And one of the first few announcements of how many cases there were in Europe was the EU Public Health Agency announced 42 cases. There's that number again for our 777 and 666. Now, this isn't my discovery in any way. I did see it. I can't remember which channel it was, but they were saying there were 666 days between the first announcement of SARS-CoV-2 or the coronavirus back in 2020 to the announcement of 2 cases in the UK of the super mutant Omicron, be scared folks, variant. So I thought I'd check it out. So here we've got the NHS Central London Community Healthcare, and it was indeed reported on the 31st of January 2020 that 2 members of the same family in North London had tested positive for the novel coronavirus, which at the time was 2019 nCoV, and that actually is 33 in numerology. But the 2 cases of mutations were identified from the government website on the 27th. So we've got how many days between the 31st of January 2020, when coronavirus first got to the shores of the UK, and then the mutant appearing on the 21st of November 2021. So how many days is it? So let's plug it into a calculator. So here's the 31st of the 1st, 2020. Here's the 27th of the 11th, 2021. And calculate the duration and look what we have there. 666 days. And also we've got 21 months, 27 days. 21 for 3 sevens for 777. 2 sevens for 77. And then over here we've got the alternative time unit. So we've got seconds, that adds up to 27, minutes adds up to 27, and hours add up to 27 for 77. Now I'm not sure how all that works, whether it will work as a factor because you divide it by 60 or whatever, but that is not a coincidence. Okay, so this was talking about travel bans, and 56 countries were reportedly implemented travel measures aimed at curbing the spread of Omicron. This was basically after they'd found a couple of cases. They got no idea how it compared to the so-called other virus, the Delta variant, I think they call it. I've lost track of the nonsense. But basically, there we go, 56. Of course, there's just making it look a little bit bigger so you can see it. And we've got 56 for 7 times 7 for 49 plus 7 for 56. So there's our 777 code again. And here we've got another one here. How the spread of Omicron went from patient 0 to all around the globe. And this is just, I'll take that back again. I'm just making this a little bit bigger, but these are the samples from Botswana that they used to identify the cases. And they looked at 98 samples, okay? So 98 is 7 plus 7 for 14 times 7. So there's our hidden 777 code. And of course, it didn't take long for the 33 to come out. So here we've got Omicron, 33 cases in 8 EU countries. So there's our 33, and there are more. No Omicron found in 113 samples of, what's that, Atticus, STM Medical College. So there we go. We've got 113 for 11 by 3 for 33 for masonry. And here we've got hospitalizations soar, they love those words, don't they, by 330%. And of course, we've got 33 for masonry there. And this one is about India, and 2 more cases of Omicron, both mild, not fully vaccinated. And of course, we've got a 33-year-old, and we've got a 72-year-old for 72 for 6 plus 6 for 12 by 6 for 666. And then Greece plans to impose monthly fines of $113 for people over 60 who refuse the COVID-19 vaccine. Can you believe that all this is going on? And our so-called wonderful government here in the UK, which everybody trusts because Boris says put your GIMP masks back on to go into shops, and everybody willingly dons their face nappy and walks proudly into the shops, probably feeling quite comfortable now they've got their good old nappy over their mouth. But I live in a particularly compliant area where everything that the government says they trust and they follow, like lemmings jumping off a cliff, basically. But it is amazing that even the sheepest of the sheep wouldn't question why our so-called government isn't challenging this. This is absolutely ridiculous. But they're going to collect it with the tax bill, apparently. So this is a tax on being unvaccinated. And as I said, there's no mainstream media condemning this. They're just reporting it like it's another wonderful event in control of this horrible virus. And the UK government has not mentioned a word, which means they're probably thinking about doing exactly the same things. And what's the answer to this new variant? Even though they don't know whether it's more transmissible, it's more deadly, it has worse symptoms. Of course, it's boosters. We've all got to get our boosters, and now instead of every 6 months, it's every 3 months. And boosters in English ordinal, or that's A is 1, Z is 26, is 113 for 11 by 3 for 33, and it's a straight 33 in Chaldean numerology. And just to cap it all, this we had our day, our Freedom Day, our irreversible roadmap, or whatever Boris called it, as his nose grew longer and longer as he lied and lied through his teeth. They've now secured vaccines for 2022 and 2023. Now, I'm assuming these are the same ones as we've already got. Boosters and boosters and boosters. But look at the number. 114, 11 fours are 44, which is our death's doors number, also known as the kill number, because kill is 11 and 9 and 12 and 12 for 44. So there we go. Jabs forever, guys. More and more control. How people are putting up with this, I just don't know. It just beggars belief. I walk around just looking at the sheep in their masks, because Boris said put them on. And when they've finished all their shopping, put it away, they might pop out to the local pub or restaurant where they can stand shoulder to shoulder and not question why they had to put the face mask on to go into a shop. So it's the same thing, isn't it? Nonsensical contradictory, non-scientific restrictions. They make no sense, but people cannot string their common sense brain cells together and see that. It's so bloody annoying. But just to finish off with, I'll say that I've given no medical information whatsoever in this presentation. Nothing. I've not told people to do anything against what the World Health Organization is telling people to do, or anything. So YouTube, please leave this video up. So that's all I've got to say for now. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and goodbye.